What's going on, everybody? The Original Mako back with another Shark Scale, and there's going to be a few of these coming out because the spring season of anime, there were three that I was watching weekly. So I just had the Black Clover Shark Scale. We finished that, but while I was watching Black Clover, I was watching Doctor Stone weekly. I was watching Hell's Paradise weekly, and I've been watching Mashal, Magic and Muscles weekly. So we've got some three more that are going to be coming very soon, and this is the Doctor Stone one. And obviously, this was season 3. I think my first ever Shark Scale on the channel was actually Doctor Stone. So we're going to be, for the first time, going back and reviewing one that I did on the channel. And I'm really excited for that. As always with this video, there will potentially be some spoilers. I'm going to try to avoid them. But once again, this isn't scripted. This is all off the dome. I don't know exactly what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to talk about it as it happens. So there might be some spoilers. I'm giving you a warning ahead of time. Regardless, we're going to go ahead and hop into it. So these are my numbers that I gave Dr. Stone last time. It's sitting at a 26. It is at an 85.5 out of 100. And we're going to go through each category and re-rank it now that season 3 has come out. Once again, the story has not finished, so it's not over. There will be more seasons. But we're going to go through and figure all this out. Characters. Obviously, what I thought originally was the strongest point of the show. Spoiler alert, I still think it's the strongest point of the show. Spoiler alert part 2, I think this is is there another show on here? Hold on. Is there anything at the top that I gave 100? Tonikawa. This one's, take it with a grain of salt. Code Geass. I think the top few characters kind of solo get that to 100. Clanad, yeah, okay. Darling in the Franxx, that's 0-2 by herself. There's a couple, but I think in terms of show as a whole, Dr. Stone is the benchmark for having good characters. Every single goddamn character in this show is like not just important, but like they all have plenty of screen time. They all have their moments. They're all contributing in a very meaningful way, and it's shown throughout the show, which still blows my mind because there's a decent amount of characters now, and they're 20-minute episodes. There's not that many, yet still every character is important and shown, and nobody's thrown to the side. Nobody's just left behind. Like, it's crazy to me how well they make the characters, and they're all so unique with their mannerisms and everything, and they do such a good job with the characters in Dr. Stone, and that's why I'm going to bump that up to an 100. I think it is well deserved and should be up at 100. Next up, we have the story, which I had as an 88. I thought the whole concept of bringing humanity back from the brink with nothing through sheer science alone was really interesting. But now we're kind of getting into the meat of it. That's still what they're trying to do, but their goal right now with the whole petrification beam thing and trying to figure out what is it? Where does it come from? How exactly does it work? And they're getting really close to that. And that's, once again, kind of the meat of everything. I will say there was one moment in season 3 which I think was the biggest holy shit moment that Dr. Stone has had so far, other than, everybody turning to stone in episode 1, but most people going into the show probably knew that was going to happen, or either way, that happened like right away. So this season had like the biggest oh my god, what the hell moment. So I think I'm going to bump this up a little bit. I'm going to give it go up to a 92. It's still a lot of stuff still left to happen, so I want it to all pay off, because if it doesn't pay off, then what the hell's the point? But it's building really, really well, and once again, every time a show can have more of those holy shit moments, the better the story is. So that's why I'm going to bump it up and get it into the 90s up to a 92. The world, I feel like it's very hard to change the world, but IRL and like the score here, I feel like it's hard to change the score because it's the same world that it was before. I'm trying to like if an average like it's just Earth, but once again, it's the whole there's only a few people left of humanity. And I don't think I can change this. It's the same exact world it's been the whole time. They have found a new island that had some people on it, which their story was interesting. But I don't think that really changes this score. It's nothing. It's nothing. I guess the world building is part of the world as a whole. So the world building has gotten a little bit better. So I think I can bump this up just a little bit, just purely based off world building. But it hasn't been much world building necessarily. Once again, I think this could definitely get into the 80s with just finishing the story and finishing off that world building. But for now, I'm just going to keep it around where it was. Music. The OST during the show, I'm trying to remember it, and if I can't, like, off the top of my head, remember, like, the fights, well, there's not really even many fight scenes. There's not a lot of action scenes, so it's not like, there's not a ton of soundtrack, really, going on. And then the intro is fine, the outro is fine. I think the music's good to stay where it is. If 70's average, I think we can keep it at 74. The third season I wouldn't say made it go up or down. I mean, I'd probably put the third seasons at a 70 exactly, but I guess technically that would drop the average down a little bit, so we'll move it down 73. Animation, I still think the animations, I'm not going to touch it. It's the same animation style that they've been using. It didn't get like too much flashier, too much brighter or anything. It's same animation style. I really like the animation style that they do. I love the over-exaggerated stuff that all the characters do. The faces, everything is over the top, and I love it. And it's very clean, smooth animation. I'm going to keep the animation exactly where it's at. Overall enjoyment before was at a 94. I'm going to bump this up. I'm going to move this up to a 96. It was a 94. We're going to go 96. Look, I really, really like Dr. Stone. I've been seriously enjoying watching it. I love smart characters, and Senku is obviously a genius. And there's different types of smart. There's the strategical smart, like L or Light Yagami. But then there's just straight up scientific, like genius level smart, and it's fun to like. I feel like I'm back in school learning from Bill Nye. When they throw on the Bill Nye the Science Guy videos, you're having fun learning science, learning things. That's what I feel like with Dr. Stone. Like, I'm learning stuff. Obviously, a lot of it's going right over my head because it's like extreme chemistry. But there's a lot of stuff in there. It's like, okay, that's really cool. Like, I didn't know that. Like, oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's really cool. Like, stuff that you're actually learning as you're watching. But not only is it a compelling and intriguing story, you're enjoying the learning because it's fun and it's presented in a very fun way. And I think that's really cool. And I've been loving it. So overall enjoyment, I'm going to give a 96 here. We're not going to see a lot of change in this number, but we will see a bit of a change. So let's go ahead and see what the new total is going to be. 73. And that out of is an 87 exactly. 87, which means we're going to have a manual tiebreaker with at least one show. Interested to see what that is, because this has an overall enjoyment of a 96 as well. So if the overall enjoyments are tied, then this is going to be really interesting. What do we have here? Weathering with You. Oh, no. Sorry. Tower of God. Oh, Tower of God. Tower of God. That's an interesting one. That's a really interesting one. Season 2, that's supposed to be coming out relatively soon. Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to have to put Dr. Stone ahead of Tower of God. Oh, my God. Hold on, we'll fix this. Don't worry. That shouldn't have... Oh, God. See, yeah, now we're... Hold on. See, that shouldn't be happening. I just did this last time. Okay, anyway, I'll fix this. It's going to be at 24. It's going to be slightly ahead of Tower of God. Regardless, as I figure out how the hell, why it's doing that. Thank you all for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Dr. Stone if you've watched season 3. I can't wait for the next season. It's going to be a banger. And yeah, like I said, we'll have a couple more of these coming out soon with Hell's Paradise and Mashal. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully you all have a wonderful rest of your day. As always, thank you. Love each and every one of your faces. I will catch you all in the next video.